Good afternoon, everyone. As you can hear from my accent, I am a Nigerian. Thank you so much, Auntie Egon, for that session. And also thank you to Joe for his session also. I know that the place is hot and we've heard a lot. What I wanted us to do, and my husband, was to do like a relationship session where we just get to hear from you. What's your status? Single, married? And do you have any fears about relationship and all? Before I jump into that, Joe was like that. I should just talk briefly about myself. Probably I will not talk much about it because if you want to know more about me, go online, check for Juliana Imam, and you'll see a lot about me because I do a lot of things online and I talk a lot online. I would say that the reason why I do that is because, unlike my sister-in-law, who is a genius in the sense that she's super intelligent, like very intelligent, like I tell some people that for some people, part of their pathways to success is being very intelligent. And with that intelligence, offers come to them. They don't necessarily go after offers. And I used to give an example of someone who had a first class and first class and first class, and then the opportunities come. And because the opportunities come, because they've been able to show like a track record of diligence, they don't necessarily have to be so visible online because their academic excellence is already making ways for them. For me, that is not my story. I don't think I've had a first class anywhere, and like I haven't been so like academically sharp and all. Though I am, but maybe I've not been so diligent in it. What has helped me so far in my career is diligence. Diligence in just picking one thing that I want to be known for and just staying the course. In 2017, I sat, okay, so I have always sang in a way because my family it's a music family. And I thought that everything I would do will be just music. But that's not what happened because I got signed, it didn't really go well. And then I decided to start talking about intellectual property. And why I'm saying this is because for some people, what will lead you to your big break might not be what you think would lead you to your big break. In the sense that for me, I thought, yes, I can sing, I'll be a singer, I'll get signed, I'll get the Grammy, and that's what I thought that my life would be. That was not how things went for me. Yes, someone signed me, it didn't go well, but that led to my learning about the music business, talking about the music business, which eventually led me to the development space. And I would say that the benefits that I've gotten from being in this space so far as at today outweighs what I've gotten, even if you combine all the music that I've done. So at the end, I didn't necessarily end up as a singer, right? But I wanted to be able to have money to do things for people around me. And though I didn't end up with the music, but the music led me to a path where I was still able to earn and provide and be of blessing to people that are around me. So when you have a gift and that gift necessarily doesn't work out the way you expect it to work out, just to know that that thing might just be a pathway to something else that will work out. I wrote something about different pains that people might have. And somebody reached out to me 3 weeks ago, and she said she's currently working somewhere and she's having job challenges. Her boyfriend just broke up with her, or she broke up with her boyfriend, and then she's trying to see if she can go back to him, and it didn't work out, and she's just going through several pains. And what I told her was that for me, what I try to do with my pain is that I try to channel that pain to something that gives me like a star on my shoulder. So sometimes for some people, what might be your pain might be maybe the family that you came from, maybe just the fact that you read but you don't necessarily understand as you want to, or just certain things that might have happened. But there's a way that you can still channel that pain or whatever it is, and it can still work out well for you. So if you don't mind, I would like you to just take a second to think about your life, think about what your goals are, think about where you thought you would be right now, maybe academically or your family or whatever. Just think about it and ask yourself, am I there right now? And if I'm not there, are there things that I can do to be there? And if peradventure what I plan to do never happens, are there things that can come out of this? Because I feel that some people get stuck because when their plan A does not work, she said something about pivoting or like being flexible enough to adjust to several things. And I think that that's what some people don't have. Like, they are not able to say, okay, this particular style did not work for me, so what can I do? I remember, yes, so I schooled here, and when I came to school, like, I've always been quiet, shy in a way, and I had, most times, when I get to school, I just have one friend, most times, just one friend, because I don't really know how to make so much friends. But this time I had just two friends. And these two friends were the friends that I had from 100 level. Once I'm done with school, we'll go, we'll gist, we'll talk 200 level, 300 level. And this guy, we were like two girls and one guy. So the guy asked me out in 200 level. And for me, I knew that I was not going to date him, so I said no. And then something happened and we quarreled in our 400 level. And in our 400 level, he then asked, like I told you, we were just three. He then asked my other friend, that's the third person, he asked her out. Guess what she said? Yes. So they ended up dating. And what happened was, somehow, I don't know, like, he told her that she shouldn't really like communicate with me and all. And so they started dating. And I didn't have friends. So in my 400 level, I was alone. I would sleep in the night. I would cry in my sleep because I would be explaining myself to, I don't know, but I'll be saying, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. See what I was trying to do, and that, and that, and that. And I would be trying to explain myself. And I was slim and all that. But I'll tell you that the result that I started having from 400 level, that's academically, my result from 400 level and 500 level far outweighed like the result I had 100 level, 200 level, 300 level. And even though that period for me was a very painful time, if that had not happened, I don't know the result I would have come out with. So at the end, like, that was a very painful situation, but that situation was what led to my graduating with a better result. Now, do we talk? Yes. Do I talk to them? Yes. Have we reconciled? Yes. Did I come out with a better result? Yes. So, but if that friendship was there at that 400 level, 500 level, definitely I will not come out with the result I came out with. Because whenever we are done with school, we just go and we gist. So sometimes, like, there are some painful things that happen, but if you are able to channel that pain into something else, you would see that it will definitely work better for you. I remember also growing up and being someone who stammers, and it was very difficult also for me to communicate and to relate with people. So I focused my energy on singing and all that. But while I was singing, what it helped me to do was that I was singing and I learned how to talk, how to face a crowd, how to get a crowd to listen to me. So, did I have that pain? Yes. Did I turn the pain into something that now I'm using? Yes. So, if you have a pain, you have to think about how can this pain be used for my good. When I was 14 in JS3, no, SS1, when I was 14, my dad used to work in Jos, and he asked us that we should come for the Salah break. We went for Salah break on Tuesday. On Tuesday, when we got to Jos, he told us that he had to come to Abuja for something very important. And my mom asked him, but we just came on Tuesday. Why do you have to go to Abuja on Wednesday? And he said, it's something really urgent. We would go and we'll come back on that same day. He went on Wednesday morning, and on around 7 p.m., an ambulance came to the house. And my dad had just died in an accident. And so we that came for a Salah break on Tuesday, on Wednesday, our dad was gone. And we had to start coming back to Abuja without a father. I remember I would be asking myself, if the devil saw everybody and he decided that he would pour this pain on me, that means I must be very important. And so, people take pain differently. I remember crying from Jos to Abuja. But you know, I still thought of how I could utilize that pain to still achieve something. While some people will go through that pain and they would use that pain for something else, I decided to push my pain into something. Why I'm sharing all this is just that you have a choice to use whatever it is that is not working the way you want it to work for you. Oh my God, the place is so quiet. I eventually got married in 2015. Thank you. I eventually got married in 2015. And when I got married to my husband, he didn't get a DSTV. What he got was motivational talks. And when he got those motivational talks, he said I should use that just to. And I had studied law, but what I wanted to do was music. There was no connection between law and music to me. I just wanted to sing. But because I used my first year in marriage, when he got married to me, to develop my mind, after that, I started talking. I started talking about just the relationship between law and music rights and all that. And that was when people started recognizing me as, oh, an authority in this, an authority in this, an authority in this. And going through that, that was how I got opportunities to start talking on television, talking in radio stations, talking at different webinars. And this was something that I was doing from a one-bedroom flat. People didn't know that I was in a one-bedroom flat, but I was getting invitations, and I was talking to diplomats in different countries. They didn't know that everything I was doing was from my house while I was pregnant, giving birth to my children, and doing all those things. They did not know, because instead of wallowing in the fact that, oh, I just got married, because somebody reached out to me last week, and she said, I got married in 2015. 2024, I gave birth to my first child. I started my law firm, and now it's like my firm is down. I have a child. I don't know what to do. It's like maybe I should just give up and all that. And because I had that story of getting married, getting pregnant, not getting a law firm to work with, because when I go for the interviews, I'll be pregnant or something. So I was able to talk to her because I had been in that place before. So like my husband would say that the pain that you go through is definitely what you can use to raise others up. And sometimes when you even go to the internet and check TED Talks, And you would see that some people in those TED Talks, the reason why they are being invited to different countries to give their talk is because of their story. So the story that you have is very important. Now, I was doing all those things I was doing, and I remember people laughing at me saying, she's just talking, she just likes talking, and everything like that. But when things started happening, they just started happening, and it just looked like things were just happening. But what happened was that the reward for being consistent, doing a particular thing, started paying off. So sometimes you just have to, like he said, choose a particular thing that you want to be known for. Like the sister on the Afro that talked about being so talented and knowing how to do so many things. There are people that have that gift. You are so talented, you know how to do so many things. But what I would say worked for me, because I also have a lot of gifts, was that I chose to be known for one thing. Then from that one thing, it was easy for me for people to trust me to do other things. So let's assume that you can bake, you can make hair, and you're also very good academically, and probably you have something else that is a very good gift. And you are pushing that particular, you pick one, the one that can give you the most credibility. You pick that one, you are doing that one. People now trust you around Nigeria for that thing. How many of us know Vicky James? Vicky James is online, right? So that is still the same thing that she's doing. She is known for the fashion industry, but she has used that being known for one thing and being trusted for that one thing to start gift stuff, to start social media influencer thing and everything. So you just need people to trust you. What did Dangote start with? Dangote started with one thing. When people trusted him for one thing, he used that to diversify. So you just need to be trusted for one thing. Once you can be trusted for that one thing, you can easily go into different areas. I'll just finally say that while all these things happened, I noticed that there are certain times in the year when certain things happen that break me. And it's called like patterns. So sometimes, if you're not very careful to look at your life, you might not realize that there are some things that keep happening over and over and over. And those things are things that might just want to break you. So I noticed that in certain times of the year, things would happen that would almost break me. They would just happen and I would be broken. And for some people, it's not even certain things that happen to them. It might be their family issues. Maybe there is something that happens at a particular time in the year and it just shatters the family. And then you solve that, and another time it happens and it shatters the family, and you come back together, and those kind of things happen again, like patterns of pain and all that. So for me, I had done some things for some time, and first of all, I decided that I wanted things different for me. And so even though I was very careless with prayer, I decided to start praying more. That was a personal decision that I made because I was tired of the circles that I was going through. Secondly was that when I noticed those things in my life, I decided to use the pain that I was feeling to achieve something. And so, for example, somebody would hurt me so bad and I would be so pained, right? But I would channel that pain into achieving something really great, so that by the time I am moving through that part and I am coming out of it, I have achieved something with that pain. And it has worked for me. It has worked for me. I would like to ask, is there anyone that has something that is really affecting you? Probably there is a pain that you're going through, or there's someone going through a pain, and you need somebody to agree with you, or you need someone to talk to you. If you're in that situation, you can raise your hand, and we can agree with you, we can pray with you. If you're shy, you can write it down and we can talk to you later, or we can refer you to people that can talk to you. Or you can take our numbers and still call later. The reason why I'm saying this is because the rate of suicide sometimes is going so high. You see people that look okay, but they are not, because they are going through so much. And that can be academical, it can be from family. And what we just do is that we mask our pain and then we come out and we just hide everything, you understand? So if you have anything to say while I'm talking, you can raise up your hand. If you don't have, okay. It's here.
Please, if you have the mic, just, okay, let me not say 1 minute, but please be brief.
Okay, thank you. Yes, my name is Fred, and from what the speaker is trying to say, he's talking about pain. He's talking about daily struggle. We are living in Nigeria. You see, when I was a 6-year-old boy, my mother sat me down and tell you, boy, you better go and smarten up. Because Nigeria, the more you live in Nigeria, the more life is going to get harder and harder. So you need to buckle up, boy, buckle up. You understand? I love pain. Because the Opus Dei will tell you pain is good, pain is good. Pain is good because it makes you stronger. I love pain. I love stress. If I'm not under stress, I cannot walk. I love stress. Stress makes me to work better. If you don't put me under stress, I won't deliver. So I use those daily stresses and challenges to become even a better person. Periodically, what I do is that I focus on things that are important. Most of these my fellow students you see in the school are not focused on important things, with all due respect. You understand? I grew up in a family where people are religious. You know, as a campus boy, growing up on the campus, my parents attended the campus chapel on a Sunday. We go to church, you know. But later, when I became independent, and I will go to church, and the pastor will preach, I will leave, I will go back, and look at what he has said. I find what that guy is telling me is not correct. So what I did was that I sat down, I took my Bible, I read the Bible back to back, more than 10 times.
Thank you so much.
Again and again, I will read it. When I was not done, 1 minute, please. So I said, okay, I'm done with the Bible. I'm going to read the Quran. I went back, I read the Quran back to back.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. What do you say your name is again?
We have a lot of other questions.
Mr. Fred. Can we clap for him? Thank you very much for sharing.
Okay.
Do we have any other person that wants to share?
Okay, my name is Chidima. Good morning or afternoon, sorry. Okay, you said we shouldn't wallow on a current situation. So I was asking for points like on how to focus on like the future.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for this section. So my is a little bit maybe question or a clarity, but let me say it this way. You've done all things being done. You prayed, you did your own work, but things are not working. You begin to question God that, is this not same prayer everybody went for, I also went for? is this not the same book everybody is reading and they're succeeding? I also put my effort in and I did not get results. So in that kind of state, what can you do? Because most of the times, let me say, personally, I suffer for it. I cried, and I don't cry outside. I make sure I wake up in the middle of the night. I'll just be crying because you just feel like your life is just nothing because you're doing everything, but you're not seeing anything. So I want clarity about that.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, can she repeat her question? Let me answer her question. I'm coming. Thank you for sharing.
I said that you asked us not to like wallow on a particular situation for long. So I'm asking of points on ways to move forward.
Okay,
So sorry. I'm sorry, there's one.
let me
one.
just, let me try.
I think
Let me
just-
try.
okay.
Let me try. So, because we are human beings, when things happen, the tendency to wallow, to like focus on it, is actually there. And what I try to do, this is what I try to do. I pray about it, and then I try to talk to someone about it. Because sometimes, like the other sister spoke about it, like when she failed and then she kept like the failure, and then someone told her, you have to look past it. So sometimes, if you don't have somebody to talk to, you might continue telling yourself that same thing over and over and over. And the more you keep telling yourself that, the more you keep going through that pain. And there's some pain that come that you just have to go through it, and you have to just live through the pain and come out of the pain. For example, like I was telling my husband, my dad died in 2014. I cried about my dad day before yesterday. I was praying, and I don't know, like, while I was praying, I just got to the wall, and I told myself, then I said, God, why? Why did you take him? But you know what? Everything that I've achieved, it has been with the pain, right? But I've still found a way. So I don't remember him every time. But sometimes I remember. But it doesn't mean that I would not achieve the things that I want to achieve. So first of all, I know that I am born for great things and I'm supposed to do great things. That one, I have that feeling inside me. I hear the voice tell me, you are great, you are good, you are worth it. You understand? So for me, I know that there's like so much greatness in me. But this pain that comes just comes to distract us from what we have been called to do and what we have come to this earth to do. So there's some pain that would come and the pain will go. For example, I have 3 children. The first child was a vaginal birth. After I was done with that birth, the pain went away. The second 2 were CS. After the CS, after some months, the pain went away. There are some pain that leaves immediately. There are some pains that are more lasting than others. But I'll tell you that if you know, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you know that you have been called for something great? Yes. That's the one thing that should be clear in your mind. So when everything happens, when people fail you, when people backstab you, when different things happen, yes, those things have happened. Some of those pain will come and they will go. But there are some pain that the scars will be there for life. You understand? And it's those pain and those scars that you have that will help you to be where you are supposed to be. For example, I told you that I was signed, and that stuff that I was signed to did not work out. Now I'm in the development space. Some of the things that have helped me and has even given me an edge in the place that I work are my personal stories. Because sometimes people want to see a human being that they are working with, not a robot. So for me, I have been able to weave my pain into my story in a way that when I share my pain mixed with the competence that I have, sometimes people want me in their spaces because those pains have a way of helping me to frame my questions and think in a different way that someone that has not gone through that pain has gone through. So what I would say is, what you need to know is, who am I? What have I been called to do? And then you have one or two people that are trusted, people that are your ride or die, people that are there for you, not fake people, real people. So that while you are pushing through life and those pain comes, you have people that you can talk to. Those people will not take the pain away, but they will help you to go through that pain and to come out and still be who you have come to this earth to be. Thank you.
Pain is positive, right? Pain is not positive sometimes. But you can use what she has just, all the entire episode is, you can use pain as the fuel for greatness. It might look like a motivational speech. It might look like it's not real. Or all these sayings, all these things that people say and all that, they just feel good, they want to talk good. Everybody has different temperaments. Some people will respond to pain by crying, and to cry is okay. Yeah, I cry. Does it make sense? I remember some months back, I just felt like things were not going in the right trajectory for my life. And I woke up one night, I did not just cry, I was groaning. You know that kind of cry that inside your belly would be like it's empty. That was how I was feeling. Mr. Fred has been able to deal with pain in some kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger format. And it's also good, it works for him. Not everybody has that strength to be able to say, to hell with this, something massive that causes pain happens, and you're able to bring it down as if it never happened, and you move on. Some people have to go through that process of letting their emotions run dry. The goal is not for you to remain in that place of pain. The goal is for you to move forward. Some people are enduring heartbreaks. Some people are enduring maybe financial challenges. You are broke, you are busted. You necessarily don't know what to do. Some people are having that pain of the academics. It almost looks like you might be having a carryover. You know, people fall into different categories that may cause different levels of pain across different issues. And not everybody's pain is the same. I have mine, you have yours. Everybody here might be dealing with one thing or the other. But I think what we are trying to do here today is that pain might be holding you back. It might be the reason why you are not taking the steps that you need to take. It might be the reasons why you are not in the relationships or in the circles that you need to be in. It might be the reason why your grades are failing. It might be the reason why you've lost motivation. It might be the reason why a lot of things are not happening in your life currently. But it can end today. So that's the point. That's the goal. We're not here to share one kind of braggadociousness that would, like a pill, just swallow this pill and pain is gone. No. We're just trying to tell you that your pain is valid. You feel it. You understand it better than anyone else. It's a valid pain. Your feelings are valid. But don't let your feelings hold you back. You can move forward from today. That's basically the point.
Thank you very much.
And just to add, I wouldn't advise that if you're a Muslim, stick with the Quran and understand it to your purpose and pull through that process through the Quran. The only way I disagree with Mr. Fred is my own personal beliefs, I don't believe in having to read too many books. It might be quite confusing. If you're a Christian, stick to the Bible. There are a lot of things that the Bible says about pain that can help you to pivot, to become a better person. Would you tell me that most of the Bible characters where people felt a lot of disgrace? Just look at the life of David, having lost his son, and he told Bathsheba, it's time to look to the brighter side. You must get to that point where you decide that this pain, today, I have the courage, I have the confidence, I have the strength over you. I am going to move forward. Don't read the Bible now, tomorrow you pick the Quran. No. Don't pick the Quran, tomorrow you read the Bible. No. Just stay with what you understand. And with that understanding, I trust that God himself, like, he's the one that talks to all of us. In our sleep, he talks to us. Even while we are going through pain, he's right there with us, supporting us, being the support system that we need. So don't confuse yourself. Don't go and say, I want to go and be reading magical books to deal with something that just a simple principle can help you to overcome. Don't get confused. Uncle Fred, God bless you. But keep pushing, and I trust that God will give you direction, because what happens when you feel pain is the only thing you need is to redirect. You have to redirect. Pain is beautiful, trust me. I'm not saying I love pain, but pain has a way of helping you to redirect your life on another path that is more beautiful than where you currently find yourself. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. So to touch on the question that you asked about trying everything and it not working, and some people not even trying as hard as you are trying, and then things working for them, and you are thinking, but I'm actually doing everything and it's not working. You know, sometimes if something has not worked sometimes, it doesn't mean that it will not work. And if something doesn't work sometimes, there are sometimes that maybe there's something that you don't know yet, and that's the reason why it has not worked out. And sometimes you see some people that they are from families where their parents have done so much to make the path easy for them. And so with little effort, things already work for them because of their own foundation. While some other people, the origin, their history, where they are coming from, there are things that have been done. And because of that, it makes some things hard for some people. And so you see yourself in a certain position, and then something is working easily for another person, and for you it is not working that well, and you're wondering, why is it that it's working for this person and it's not working for me? I'm not an authority on this, and I will not say that I have all the answers, but I will pray that God will give you the answers, because I know that there was a point in my life where I prayed and I told God, I said, God, give me answers in the language that I understand. Do you understand? Don't because different people have their different issues, and the different issues that people have, they solve it in different ways, and people can advise you based on what they think the answer to that is, but it might not be what you understand, and it might not work for you. So my prayer was, Father, give me answers in the language that I understand. And one of the scriptures that works for me best, that I try to work with, the Bible says that when you are restless, the yoke will be broken off your neck. There are some times that, so I was listening to somebody and he said that there's somebody that kept saying, oh, I bedwet, I bedwet, I bedwet, I bedwet. And he said, the day you are angry, the day you are angry about it, that's the day it's going to stop. There are people that grew up in the same situation that I grew up with, and they just decided not to do anything because they were overwhelmed with everything that happened to them. But I'll tell you, in 2021, personally, I got fed up, I got tired, and I decided to take some steps. And I said, this thing must stop. I got angry about it. Now, for me, that was what did it for me. So sometimes, for some people, that can work for them, or it might be something else that might work for them. But like she said, in her own academics, what she now decided to do was to read more than every other person that was with her, because she knew what her own peculiar challenge was. There's some people that would just pick up a book to read and immediately they understand it. Some people, they might not understand it, so they have to put extra work into it. And they just have to continue putting that extra work. Even if you see children, there's some children that once they get something immediately, while another child has to read over time. I don't know if I've answered your question, but I would say that pray that you get the answer to your own specific challenge in a language that you understand. Because sometimes a human cannot give it to you. It's only God that can give it to you. There are so many questions here, I cannot read all. I can't read all. Out of curiosity, did the door, let me pronounce it, door that hurt your feelings eventually get married? No. I lost my mom in 2023, and since then, it's like there is no way forward. The more I think I am fine, the worse I become. How can I overcome that? The loss of a parent, you can never really get over it because that pain will still be there. Like I told you, I lost my dad in 2014. Up to the day before yesterday, I still cried about it. There are things that happen that trigger me that I still cry about it. But what I'll still tell you is what I told this lady that is here. You have to tell yourself that I will succeed. I must succeed. Things will work for me. You have to just be positive and you have to push for you to be that person that you want to be. Because the pain of losing a parent will definitely not go away. So you now tell yourself, how can I still achieve what I want to achieve despite losing a parent? While I was in university in this school, I was doing ushering jobs. I was doing backups. I was doing several jobs while I was in school because I knew that the money that my mother was giving me from 100 level was the same money she was giving me till I finished university. She did not change it because she did not have money to change it. She was a secondary school teacher training 6 children. So I had to do several jobs. In law school, I had MCQ in law school on I think Saturday or on Monday. I don't even know how to do the MCQ, like on Monday, right? Saturday, I went for an ushering job before, like a day or something before MCQ. And guess what? The table they assigned me to for the ushering job was the table of law school lecturers. And they knew me. But I needed the money. So I'm just saying things happen in life and you just have to go through them. Thank you. Okay, someone said, so can we get your number to talk to you better? Yes, you can get my number. Usha will give you my number. And just to be clear, I am not a coach. But I will try and I can recommend. Okay, your story made me emotional. Nevertheless, I'm encouraged for the fact that this situation challenged you to become great and a better person. Thank you for this opportunity to be here. Thank you. I'm just trying to pick the short ones. Good day, Ma. You said your dad died in 2014 when you were 14 in SS1. And you also said that you married in 2004, sorry. My dad died in 2004. I got married in 2015. Please, I did not marry at 15. Thank you. Good afternoon. But what if it turns out that, my dad died in 2004. Yes. And I got married in 2015. But what if it turns out that you put so much effort to achieve your goal, laid everything down on the line for it, feeling that your life depends on it, but deep down you ask people about it and they weigh you down and you feel a place in your mind that you just know you can't get there because of circumstances. So therefore, my question is, I shouldn't think about such dream again and start channeling my mind to somewhere else, because even I know I have setbacks concerning the dream, especially in this country. I would say that when I got the current job that I have, I was in the Nigeria office, right? And somehow I kept hearing like, I want to be in the Geneva office. I want to be in the Geneva office. Geneva is in Switzerland. And I kept saying, I want to be in the Geneva office. So I started saying it. I want to be in the Geneva office. I want to work in the Geneva office. And I had never gone to Geneva. I did not know where Geneva was, but I just kept saying, I want to be in the Geneva office. Now, the thing is that in my family, I think the only person that traveled out in my family was my dad. And since then, nobody had traveled out. And so, me saying that I want to be in the Geneva office, how? Where will I go? I did not have the money, I did not have anything. And I'll tell you that somebody that used to be a friend or is a friend, but not really a close friend, he came to the office one day and I told him that I will like to, when he came to the office, he said, wow, this office is really beautiful, it's very good and everything. And when he was done, he asked me, what are my plans? And I said, I want to be in the Geneva office when I leave here. Guess what he said? He said, Owaji, that's my middle name. He said, Owaji, I've never known you to be ambitious. What that means is that he did not think that I can work in the Geneva office. He did not think that I deserve to be in the Geneva office. He felt that I am, why I'm sharing this is because this person is talking about living their dream and going to a different place. Yes, I was doing the work that I wanted to do, but I kept saying what I wanted. I kept saying it, and I'll tell you that before that year was over, I got offers to be in the Geneva office. So, your dreams are valid, and you can say what you want. Dreaming, nobody pays for dreaming. If you have a dream and you say you want that to happen, you keep saying it. But the fact that you're saying it doesn't mean that you will not be doing the one that will give you money. So yes, I want to work in the Geneva office. Does not mean that I will now resign the one that I'm doing. But yes, I want to work in the Geneva office, but I'm doing my work here and I'm applying to the Geneva office. So then the offers for the Geneva office now came. So what I'm saying in essence is, yes, there are several things that can set you back. But with those things that set you back, what you can do is find a way to still, and I've seen some people that things set you back, and when they set you back, instead of you to find ways to adjust, what you now go to start doing is, for example, begging. For example, somebody can come and be begging and saying, oh, I lost my dad, please give me this money. I lost my dad, please give me. And they keep begging and begging and begging. But for me, what I did was I started getting small jobs, no matter how small. I started teaching, they were paying me 5K. I started proofreading, they were just paying me like a little money. And I remember when I had a project, I spoke to the person. I said, sir, please, I have this project. And for this project, it's, I think, 70,000 naira. I have 20,000 naira. I did not say, please, can you give me 50,000 naira? I said, I have 20,000 naira. Can you increase my job so that I can work more and get the remaining 50,000 naira? Guess what he did? He brought out his check. He wrote 50,000 naira and he gave it to me. Why? Because I didn't beg him for 50,000 naira, but I asked him to increase my job, and he just thought for me to have not begged and I asked for an increase in job, he just wrote a check and he gave it to me. So sometimes nothing is really a setback. I told you, as a firstborn of my family, I did several jobs. So while you're in school, you can still look for things to do on the side, and you don't have to start begging. You can. Okay, the last one. I have been the one training myself in school, and it has not been easy. I'm currently in 300 level now. This session I have to borrow. Oh my God! And I just said borrow. Sorry. This session I have to borrow money from OPay app to pay my school fees. And now they are calling for payment. And I'm depressed and tired. Please help me.
So, okay. Sorry, can you go ahead, or you just, because someone has been asking me for a question.
Let me just this thing. So, and I just talked about, hey, God, see me. Oh. And I just talked about borrow. And somebody, I didn't know that the paper in front of me is now on the matter. Okay, first of all, how much is the money? Okay, the person is shy. Thank God.
Okay, you are shy. You don't
So
even
it's
want.
okay.
You
So
are not ready.
no problem. So the person is shy, so that's fine. So
Okay.
let me give advice. So first of all, like, please, can we clap for this person that have been training themselves? I pray that God will provide for you. I pray that God will see, but let me tell you something. Prayer. What prayer can do. Somebody just dashing you money cannot override what prayer can do. Do you understand? Prayer is very good. I remember there was a program I wanted to go for. And that program was, I've forgotten the amount. I could not pay for it. So the man kept calling me, come for the program, stand for the program. I now had to open up. I said, see, I can't pay for this. He didn't pay for me, but let me tell you the prayer he prayed for me. He said, by this time next year, I pray that God will give you so much money that you will be able to pay this amount easily and pay for many people. And that's what happened. So my prayer for this person that wrote this is that God will give you so much more than you ever need, that you will be able to pay for what you need and you'll be able to pay scholarships for many other people in your lifetime.
Amen.
So, what type of job is this person doing? Maybe the person is doing side jobs. If the person is doing side jobs, that's good. But if the person is not, and the person is only borrowing, that's not good. But since the person will not talk, what I would advise is, don't focus your life on borrowing. Try to get little things that you can do on the side that can help you pay your school fees. And then just get our number and call. We will assist the way we can assist. But I will not advise that you continue borrowing, because most of these apps, when you borrow, after a while, they'll start sending messages to people, and it's very embarrassing. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Kende by name. Okay, what I want to say is not actually a question, it's like a clarification. To me, I think the core of all pain that we all pass through is societal behavior. I mean, what the society is giving to for you to be motivated in one way or the other, you have to pass through some kind of. But what I believe is that to some of us, failure or pain is not some kind of motivation. It as worse as hell. Till our society realize you go or you fail. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So failure is not part of. If you have to succeed in whatever you are doing, we succeed. But failure is just an adventure to me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for that comment. I think that someone like you now, God has blessed you with oratory skills. And you can be a very good politician. You can be a change maker, because you don't actually believe that people should have pain as an ingredient for success. You believe that the society should work and people should be able to rise, and not having to put people through pain for them to see that as an ingredient for success. Most times, the convictions that we have are convictions that God put in us for us to make the lives of people better. So if you are convinced that people should not go through pain to amount to what they are supposed to be, and you are very convinced about that, that means God has raised you as a solution provider for this country and for any country that you go to. So what I would advise is begin to read the biographies of people that have caused change in whatever country that they are in, and think about how you can rise to a position where you can take pain away from the society and make things easy for the next generation. Thank you.
Okay. So sorry. Just a quick one. Some two, I think Precious and Emmanuel, right? They were, they sort of got some inspiration from what you were saying, and they they have a spoken word thing they just want to do quickly, inspired by your, So can you guys come up quickly?
Okay, thank you. Please clap for them.
Please, quickly.
Before we take the spoken words, come out. Before we take the spoken words, please, if you don't mind, I feel strongly that we should pray for people that are going through pain. And for that, while they are coming out, I'll call on Joe and I'll call on Auntie Egon. Please just say a word of prayer for anyone who is going through anything that is really painful, for them to have a level of ease. And then after that, we will take the poetry. Thank you.